I remember the way her lips curled when she said it, like she had already won. An open marriage, she declared, like she was granting a gift no sane man would ever refuse. That's what every wife dreams of. Her voice was sharp, final, slicing through 15 years of shared history, as though it were nothing more than wrapping paper on a gift she no longer wanted. She stood tall in her newfound certainty, while I stood silent. No shouting, no slamming of doors, no accusations thrown like daggers. Just stillness. My arms hung heavy at my sides, the weight of betrayal settling slowly into my bones like a winter chill. The silence between us thickened, and suddenly every breath I took tasted of rust and regret, like iron left too long in rain. 2 days later, she was in the same living room, the same lips trembling now, smeared with mascara and sorrow, her knees bruising against the hardwood as she begged me to close what she had flung open. But it was too late. The locks had already changed, not just on the doors but on us. We had once lived the kind of life people envied from their car windows. Sunday morning coffees on the patio, laughter that echoed in the hallways, a marriage that wore its loyalty like a second skin, needing no parades or proclamations. At least that's what I believed. Turns out trust doesn't shatter like glass. It rots, quietly, privately, until one day it collapses under the weight of secrets left too long in the dark. When she told me about the open marriage, I didn't scream. I simply watched. Watched her walk out that night with her hair done like she was 20 again. Watched her phone vibrate with numbers I'd never seen before. Watched her lie with a mouth that smiled and eyes that begged for understanding. There was a man. Of course there was. There's always a man waiting just outside the cracks. A parasite in search of weakness. He wasn't hard to find. Middle-aged bartender. Mediocre in every possible way. He looked at her like a boy who'd found a loaded gun and thought it was a toy, unaware that it was already pointed at his own temple. I didn't rage. I studied. Patterns emerge when you stop feeling and start observing. Receipts tucked under mints in her purse. A sticky note with a password she thought she'd forgotten. Late nights that unraveled into lies too lazy to hold weight. I watched it all, each lie unraveling like thread in a spider's web, and I waited. When I had everything I needed, I began pulling strings. Quietly, precisely. First the bank accounts. Our savings swept into a new account in my name alone. No arguments. No confrontations. Just paperwork in silence. Then the house. She had laughed once about not being on the deed. Waved it off as unimportant. Now it was her noose. Then came her image. Flirtatious messages. Photos taken in dim rooms with stranger hands on her skin. GPS logs that painted a map of betrayal. I assembled them into a neat, devastating portfolio. No commentary. Just evidence. Enough to make any divorce lawyer go pale. And then, Saturday evening, I invited them both over. Framed it as a grown-up conversation about boundaries and moving forward. She arrived glowing, triumphant. He came with that smug calm of a man who thinks he's won something rare. I welcomed them with wine and a smile that said nothing but promised everything. When dessert was served, I excused myself, returned with a small black folder. I placed it on the table and slid it forward like an executioner offering the blade. She opened it. Her hand shook. The color drained from her face in stages, each photograph peeling away the armor she had built around her lies. He looked once, then again, his smirk falling into something desperate, something exposed. I trusted you, I said quietly. Voice calm, emotionless. Now you can trust each other. She started to cry. He started to sweat. The aftermath was swift and without mercy. I filed for divorce the next morning. Irreconcilable differences, backed by facts sharp enough to draw blood. She received nothing. No house. No funds. Just a name now whispered in pity and scandal throughout our small world. Her lover? He lost his job 2 days later. The anonymous dossier I mailed to his boss included enough details. Photos, timestamps, and a rundown of inappropriate conduct to ensure his exit was not quiet. They deserved each other. Two broken people clutching at the jagged ruins of what they thought was love. Weeks passed. One night she came back. Rain dripping from her hair, hands shivering, eyes red with regret. Please, she whispered. Let's just close it again. Let's fix this. I looked at her. really looked, and felt. Nothing. Not anger. Not sorrow. Not even relief. Just that clean, precise emptiness that comes when the last ember dies in a fire long abandoned. I stepped back, let the door close between us. The lock clicked with a soft finality, the kind of sound that doesn't echo but still rings forever. Like a gunshot from far away. I didn't look back. Didn't carry guilt. Didn't mourn. Some endings aren't tragedies. They're assassinations. Of illusion. Of false hope. Of promises spoken with crossed fingers. And I never missed her. Not for a single breath. The open marriage she dreamed of destroyed her. And it set me free. Would you like this adapted into a monologue or short film script format?